Hola. Hope everybody's doing all right. This is yet another 16 by 20. I have been summoned to do a, hello Linda. I have been summoned to do another waterfall painting, sans flower. So it will be waterfall, stars, no flower. So, okie dokie. Very simple composition. Shouldn't take terribly long. As you see on the lower right, of course I don't have the light on. That's why you see the shadow of the camera here. But I have the red, purple, brown, blue, and the white. Yes, I could give you the exact names, but why bother? So, we're going to pretty much get right into this. It's good to see you ladies here today. Hey, Rosemary. Greetings. Okay, as you can see, the canvas is a lot more direct and a lot more straight, and all that good stuff. Okay, yeah, you still see my dragon beard, and you still see my glasses a little bit. If I tend to sway in and out. All right, but I'm gonna try to fix that myself. Okay, all right. The little glare of light from the ceiling is what you're looking at right here. Okay, because it's coming up past the rim of the drawing board. But that's why you see that. All right. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll just get right on with it here. I believe what I may do a little different is add maybe a touch more glycerin when it comes time for me to do the do the waterfalls and the details of the waterfall. But before then, let me get I guess I'll do the stars with a different brush. I'll just use this 3/4 inch here. Sorry, no blue, Sonia, no blue. All right, this brush is pretty stiff, so we should do fairly well with the stars with this one. I'll just tap it over here in the corner and get a little water. Okay, and this part is more or less the simple part. And it's just flicking on the stars. It's funny that I was requested to do this, ironically, without the flower, but it's all good. No problem. Touch of water. Come a little further away and just splatter away. Bring some of that down here, especially on the edge of the board here. I think that will be all right. That's cool. Let's do something there. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. I always like a nice tight cluster of stars somewhere. Nice little grouping of them. Tight spot somewhere. Okay. Hey Shane, how are you? Okay. So we'll just let that dry. Let's move on to my favorite brush here. Wide fella over here. We're gonna let's put some water in. I think this brush is about to give up the ghost. Maybe. I think I can try and save it. I try to use it until I just possibly just can't use it anymore. But I got a number of them. And this is my workhorse brush. Okay, this guy right here. Like I said, I do have a number of these. So I went through my, oh, I'm hanging in there. Oh, nice. We're gonna block in the background of, we're gonna do the falls that are far away first because they're darker. Okay, so I want to get a little bit of brown. We'll put it right in here and get some blue within that brown. A slight touch of red in there. Okay, and we're gonna work with this. I'm gonna dip this brush in just a small bit of glycerin there, just very minute bit of glycerin. Now I have resined the picture from yesterday, and it's fast drying resin, and it's pretty much almost done. Pretty solid. Okay, I'm gonna come right out here, and we're just blocking this stuff in. The waterfalls will more or less fade out towards this way. I can adjust the camera to move it where you can see the edge. I know you guys don't see the edge over here, but it's just off of camera range. Okay, and that's about all I need of that. You would approach waterfalls. Hello, Tamzard, how are you? Tamara, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Missed you. Really, I'm gonna approach the waterfalls like I would approach anything else. You know, you got your dark or your base, then you got your medium color, then you got your highlights. Okay, so we will approach it that way. All right, let's move on with. I'm looking to see what brush I really want to use today. So. I guess I'll use this wider fan brush. Let's see how that works with us today. We're just going to take a little white and put it in the previous color. A little touch of glycerin. Okay. All right. Now, these waterfalls are coming, we're looking straight at them. Hello, Marilyn. Yes, it has been quite a while. And so it pretty much goes straight downward. Okay. And we're going to come here, a couple little touches there. And we're going to just press and lightly bring it down. Like so. Press. I'm going to lightly bring that right down. I don't need it to be super detailed or anything. Now the light, of course, is the light from the lamp is definitely going to obscure some of this. Try to bring it down as straight as you can. Okay, try your best anyway. And we're going to build off of all of this. Just like that. All right. Yeah, cameras can be quite pricey. No doubt about that. We're going to touch up a little purple here. Then we're going to bring in that blue. Once again, these are going to be a little darker than the others. I think I'm going to add a little bit of brown to gray it out a little bit, okay? Just a little bit of brown. When you want to paint under clouds that are the bottom of clouds, you would use this color, blue and brown. It um, it tends to gray it out a little bit. All right, okie dokie then. Let's get to the getting here. A little more glycerin, and it's just to get the paint flowing, because the canvas itself is dry. And I'm flipping the brush over as I'm doing it. I don't want all of the dark elements to go away. I think I'll fill that in right there, like that. Okay, and we're gonna get a sense of movement going on in here. Now, it's difficult for you to probably see a lot of that because of the glare of the light. And I even have the light diffused a little bit, but wet paint is kind of shiny, and the glycerin doesn't. The glycerin doesn't make it any better. Okay, I'm not going to use such a wide brush for the smaller. I'll just use a smaller one here. Okay, I'm going to dip into white, into this lighter color here. Once again, I'll keep it the same aspect of the colors. And of course, it's going to stick out right now because it's the only thing that's really painted with any amount of color. I can empathize with the camera lenses. I can understand. Truly can. We're gonna come here and we're gonna bring some of that highlight right down. Give it a good press. Bring it on down here like so. Now remember what I said about color. Anything lighter will proceed. Anything darker will recede. All right. So I'm really picking and choosing my battles when it comes to the waterfall itself. I can smooth some of that out. This will be faded out a little bit over there. Okay. And I really don't have to add too much more than what you're looking at right there. And I'm going to still stick with the same concept for the brightest part here. A little more white, but we're going to just put it right into that bluish area here. So it's not totally white. I'm going to take edge of the brush. And we're going to come in and add some of the highlighting spray that you would see from the falls. It's just me tapping away. Just like so. Which adds that movement that you would see. And it's up to you how much of that you want. Okay. You would usually see a lot of this once it goes over the crest of the falls. The water kind of buckles and whatnot because it's just a friction. We'll keep it a little dark around it in this area here. I'll put a little foam here, but not too much. Okay. Let's give it a little love down here on the bottom. A little bit. The falls just continues to flow downward. All right. Hey, Jim, how are you? And once again, the falls over here will be faded with mist and such. There'll be a lot of mist and activity going on in here. Okay, like I said, these will be obscured a little bit, and I can help that out by just going back and forth. I'll just fade this out a little bit. Just a little back and forth, fade it out, rub some of that color out there. That's just me using water. That's it. Okay. All right. Must be some kind of haircut if Sonya's bragging about it. Of course, you know I have to get my coffee break in. Okay, as we have this fella pretty much finished, once again, just wait for it to dry. We'll work on the big fella here. This one here will be significantly brighter than the falls in the back. Obviously, these guys are a little closer here. All right, so let's move this guy over here and let's put him up above somewhere. Let's put him right there. And if it's not too much for you guys, I'll just reduce it like that. So you should still be able to see me make stuff and whatnot. All right. Let's get back to my favorite brush, the workhorse. We're gonna wet the workhorse up here. Like I said before, waterfalls aren't really too difficult. You can put them at any shape you really want. Okay, it's truly up to you. All right, let's get a little bit of brown here. We're gonna put it right in here. Get a touch of blue. Get a little bit of purple in there. Darken that up. Nice little base here for the waterfall. So this brown, actually burnt umber, Windsor blue, squadronone purple, whatever that word is. A little touch of glycerin here. Give it this nice dark base for the waterfall here. And we're gonna come in. Now when a waterfall's at an angle, you can pretty much make the little waterfall bumps and such. I put that color right in there. Yes, the glycerin helps it along there really nicely. The waterfall actually cuts into the one in the back, which once again adds for that sense of depth in there. Okay, I think we're good here. Cuts right into that other fella. All right, just like so. All right, all right. We're going to dip into a little bit of the white right in here. Okay. Yes, I'm going to use this same thick brush here. I'm going to come, let's do the middle. We'll come right here. Come out, press, go straight down. Come out, press, go straight down. Right in here, just straight down. Okay, let's get some more of that. And we're going to handle this now. Remember the lights on this side, you're not going to see it too well. Sorry. And I'm going to really push it here on this edge. Simple reason being that it's got a cover coming straight down over there, cutting in front of that other waterfall. All right, this one here, I'll lay down the color a little stronger. This waterfall is closer to us. And you can guide this to your heart's desire. Just like so. The glycerin also helps in doing that. All right. For those of you who are not familiar with Shane, she's in Australia, so they deal with the metric system over there. All right. Because here in the States, that 40 and 44 she's mentioning is a whole different level than what she's talking about. So, for those of you who are not in the know. Okay. We're going to touch up a little touch of, we're going to do a little purple. And we're going to add some white to that. And we're going to get some glycerin. Let's smooth that up a little bit. This is a very flimsy brush, a little thin brush. And very lightly, I'm going to pop some of that purple in there. Oh, I really want it here. Okay. And we'll pop a few of those in here like that. And I'm kind of putting it in the blackened areas here. The darkened areas. Put it right in there like that. And don't be afraid to blend this stuff in. Alright, it is moving water. I really don't want to put it in there. I'll keep it out here a little bit. I am not ashamed to use my finger if I have to smooth out some of those colors and blend them out a little bit. Nothing wrong with that. Whatever helps you get the look you're trying to achieve. Okay, it's all good. Like so. Really not as difficult as one may think. Sonia, it looked like it went mud bogging. With the way I drive and how often I drive, there's no way to keep that thing clean. Especially when spring comes up in about 2 months. It's gonna look horrid. So, and sometimes every other Sunday for church service, I have to go to Syracuse, and I'm in Utica, so it's about an hour away, about 50 minutes away. And so traveling on the thruway, you can imagine what it's going to look like. So yeah, it seems like I took a shortcut through the swamp when I'm done driving. Actually, I believe Shane's is summer is our winter. So yeah. You know how to make a t-shirt. Dirty truck painting, Gracio. I don't know if that would help or hinder. But it's actually a good tag. I promise you get some residuals. Okay, we'll get a little bit of blue here. And we're going to throw a little bit of brown. We'll dull it out a little bit. We're going to brighten it up here. All right, let's really get a little more glycerin. And we'll put it in there. Now, believe it or not, because I'm using the glycerin on this dry board, It actually dries faster than me coating the whole thing with glycerin. The reason why I did not coat the whole board with glycerin is because of the stars, which are completely dry. Okay, now with glycerin, the stars, what would happen? They would expand. Okay, and they look like little supernovas all over the place, and sometimes they may run, which is why I kept the board dry. All right, okay, let's move right on with the actual light part of the waterfall. We're gonna come out here and we're gonna come on down like so. These guys are in front of us. I want to really make that pronounced. And forgive me if you guys don't see this as well as I'm looking at it here. When it comes to the waterfall here, right here on the edge, okay, it's got a cut right across the other one. All right. I want a little more meat here. There we go. Right here on the bottom, on the very bottom. And bring it up like that. Remember these guys right here, a little closer to us. Okay, a little closer. All right. I remember that. uh, can you imagine the people at the post office that look at that? Oh boy, I tell you. Sometimes I think there's something seriously wrong with us. But hey, it's all good. All right, a little brighter blue. I snuck in a little bit of purple, but that's okay. Very lightly. No glycerin. We're going to put the highlights on here. Okay. Right on top, we'll pull. Come on down. Right here, straight down. Boom. All right, just like that. Come on down there. Wave it around a little bit. It's like so. Don't be bashful doing waterfalls. Okay. And I know sometimes if you do them, if you try to do them slow, you get the little wiggles there. You know, something you're just gonna have to go for it. Okay. I flip the brush around. Go on downward. Like that. We're gonna join that together up there a little bit. We're gonna get in some more white. Right in here with this blue. It will appear white anyway, because everything else is a gradually darker hue, darker color. Especially over here on the edge. Okay. I'm still looking at it, still checking it out. Some things can be smoothed out a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna take white, pure white. Get a little water in there. Put it over here, separate it from everybody else. And we're gonna come right here. I'll just start it here. Come on down. Pure white. just like that. And bring it right down. Get some more white. I want a nice, there we go, right down here. And a little bit more of that here. Like so. Right here closest to us. Sometimes you can just go straight down and repeat it. And repeat it. I'm just grabbing up the white. Because remember, the closest part of the falls is right next to us here. Right, like right there. All right, we're at almost the last leg of this. Almost. I'm gonna grab some more white here. Oh yes, must have the sound effects. It's almost a requirement. Okay, the same thing we did here, we're gonna do over here. Bring that out. Just the edge of the brush here. Okay. Yeah, you guys can see that up there. Just the edge of the brush. Okay, right there. Just the edge. Okay. All right. All right. Pop back in focus there. We'll do it here. Where you feel the water coming down, cascading. And you want to add those little dots. You don't want them dragging or anything. Get you some more. I can probably smooth that out a little bit. I'll get to that in a second. Group them together. Okay. We're gonna come up here, bring some down on the curve. As you're getting further away from the falls, they can be tinier, of course. We're gonna come up here, just like that. Some real action going on out there. We're on that edge, and bring it on down, which separates one fall from the other, waterfall from the other. Okay. We'll tone that down a little bit, like so. Once again, all of this relays movement in your water. Oh no, no haircut. Nope. No. This is what helps make your water striations. It's this rather rough looking brush. Okay, somebody's got me. I'm gonna have to let them know I'm live. So, be right back. That was a quick intermission, right? Let's go to here. Okay, maybe they realized I was live. So the phone call abruptly stopped. So, all where am I at here? We'll continue this right along. I'll look and see who it is later. So, whoa, didn't want to do that. There. Okay. As I'm looking at this, all right. We're gonna let that dry a little. Well, we're gonna let that dry a lot. We're gonna go into this, put this guy away. Let's go to our slightly smaller brush here. Let's mix some brown right in here, some of that purple in that brown, a little bit of red, a little bit of blue right in here. Just mix it. We're gonna come right in here and we're gonna clean that up a little bit. So this is my quickie version of black. All right. So this is a nice, easy way to tighten some things up there. If it's a little too much on the rough side, you can get that little color mix and do one of these numbers. All right. Nothing wrong with that. I'm looking at this brush to see if I can get away with the next step. Maybe I can. We're about to find out right now. I'm gonna come in and see how you can replace some stars there. You come up in here, add a couple of dots here and there, just replacing some of those stars. Sometimes I'll bunch them, I'll get them bunched together and I'll separate them. All right. Okay. If none of you seen this, you would never really notice what I'm doing. All right. Okay, there. Still gotta wait for some of this to dry a bit, but we're gonna concentrate on mist and whatnot. And that will be the fun part, sweetheart. So, we're gonna clean some of this up. Because I really don't need much of this anymore. I really don't need the brown either. We can get rid of some of that. The mist will also be in different colors. All right, we'll do it a nice thin sky blue, and then we'll work our way to a white. But like I said, I don't need a lot of this. I'll just clean it all up here. Okay. All right. And yes, I'm using a razor blade paint scraper. That phone in the cupboard. I'll still hear it. Trust me, I'll still hear it. It is very loud because the phone is actually in the other room. So let's just say that I make sure I put the phone on silent when I'm in church. All right. Funny. I think I'm going to use the brush that dropped on the floor yesterday. All right, and we're going to use we use a fan brush, maybe. Yeah, why not? Use a bigger fan brush. All right, we're going to use no glycerin. We're going to just use water, and we'll put it around in here somewhere. Get a little touch of white paint, just like that. The smallest dab of blue there. Okay. Now that's a wee bit. Maybe, maybe not. Nah. Had just a touch of white in it, but it's not as blue as I thought it would be because we got water on this brush. Okay. Now, when I do something like this, I have to work fast because once again, this is dry. All right. So we're gonna do the experimental part. We're just gonna come out here and do one of these real fast, and then we're gonna press and hit fade, just like so. Okay. Fade it real quick, which is why I'm doing the two-hand thing. Okay. Because this paint dries unbelievably fast. All right. But there's a method to my madness of me doing this, because you're going to build on layers here. Now, would I recommend this to you if you're not really accustomed to doing things like this? No, don't do it. Now, if you're not sure of yourself, I would recommend wet on dry, not like this. But let's say if you did something a little crazy and you didn't like it, and you just get some water and you can wash it right out, okay? And you can always correct it, see? You can always, because you got a short time before it sets into the canvas, so you can always correct that, as you can see, okay? And I'm just doing it as an example. You can always whisk it around and whatever. And you can still see the background and all that fun stuff. And once again, you just build up off of this. Okay, let's still take some more of this. I'll float it around. The more water you use, the easier it is for you to manipulate it, the thinner it is. Okay, so especially up around in here, where I kind of want it to cascade above the falls a little bit. Like so. Let's move this over there. All right. And I guess we can slide this over a little bit. There you go. You guys can see the total picture. I know we have my little emblem over here. So. All right. Let us use a slightly lighter color. I'll use the smallest amount of glycerin with it. I'll float it along a little bit. So it's a little lighter, the color. We're going to come in here. Now the glycerin will help blend that a little bit better. All right. Like so. Come in here, add a little bit of that there. Get some more. And you put in a few bits here and there, like this. And you can really press into the canvas while you're doing this. A little touch of water in there. The more water you add, the more transparent it appears. Okay. So just remember that. especially you also gotta let it dry. Also, a little touch of white there. Remember, you do have to let it dry a little bit. You can still see details of the falls underneath all of this. It's just you gradually add more and more white. Remember, white is very opaque. Be careful. Okay, so, which is why I'm doing the two-hand method deal. Because once it dries, you can just add more and more. Okay. Building and building. So while Shane and Sonia are thinking of very ingenious ways to hide my phone from interrupting the broadcast, I'll just keep teaching. I may have to put the phone in the truck. You might even hear it then. In case you're wondering, yes, I've made a few people jump with the phone. They didn't know what the heck it was. So that was rather funny to me anyway. Hey, that fade right into nothingness there. Just like that. Bring some of that up in here. That's all right. Alrighty then. Ha ha! They're persistent. Okay, we'll try this again. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, they didn't know I was on live. Okay. And where am I? Oh, yeah. Let's change this brush. We're gonna go with one of my round brushes, but I can't seem to find it. All right, that's all right. We'll use this guy. And we're just gonna put some nice little mist in here. And this is just me scumbling on some. Did I use this? Yes, I did. I'll soak that a little bit. Believe it or not, as usual, we're at 98% of the painting done, and I ran out of white paint. All right. Okay. Here we go. It is just a little bit of the bristles of the brush, and you're just going to see this. Just slide some of that in there, and be very gentle with it. Just keep scumbling away at it. I'll take a little bit of water and get some of that roughness out of there. It is fun to manipulate and do stuff like this. So just a little touch of water and some pure white paint. Just a little dab of paint, not too much. And you just continue on your way with it. So it's just a mixture of the water and the paint. And circular motion, just dab a little bit on here and there in spots. And once again, it's a building process. Okay. Now I have a monitor over on my right hand side, which is what is it, a 40-inch TV. And so I'm looking at myself painting, and so it looks like somebody else is actually painting. And the good thing about that is you can see where you're going, with what the composition is looking like as you're doing it. All right. So when I had the third camera on, and you see me looking over to the, well, it would be your left. I'm actually looking at the monitor. It's just tracking myself and make sure I've got everything in order here. Come on, it brings that brightness out there. Okay. Just like that. I don't know how many people I may have lost, but you know, it happens. Where's the smallest touches of paint that I'm using? Okay. And a little bit of water. Just a little bit. You can use this technique for forest fires, for smoke. Okay. And you don't necessarily have to use white or blue. Like I say, it makes great for, does great for smoke. So. The smallest amount of white will do this for you. You're just scumbling the paint on there. Okay. You pretty much tell it what direction you want it to go. The incidentals happen amongst themselves. All right. What do I mean when I say incidentals? Well, you're in the direction of where you want to put the stuff, but what happens when you wiggle this brush like that is definitely up to the brush. All right, the brush makes the decision to make your painting look good or throw it in the $5 bill at Walmart. All right, so be nice to your brushes. They do have the power. I'll come here and then I'll just pop it in here like that. There, something like that. And what I'm doing is I just want a little bit of brightness over here on this side. So it's a little stronger white in here. Don't obscure everything, but just make it opaque enough to know that there is something. You got some stuff going on over here. And yet you can still see the details through it. Okay. And the fog, really, cages in the waterfall itself. Put a little misty thing there, like that. And come on over here, put a little bit of that in there. Quickly wipe off the brush and just pat some of that in there. Just like so. And you let it dry. Let it come right off here. I think that's pretty neat. The mist is almost a character within itself. Okay. Cool. Cool. Get some of that stark white in here too. Alrighty and alrighty. Okay. That will look pretty interesting in a frame, I think. Alright, let's clean off this guy. Let's clean off this other fella. No. Believe it or not, every once in a great while, we will do that. We'll go through the cupboards and, oh yeah, there's some stuff that's been in there so long it should have its own world's record. So, you know. All right, let's make this disappear. I guess, can we center that a little bit better for you guys? I know I can there. Okay. I don't know what the deal is with that funky movement thing it was doing, but I think I know what it is. It's because of my faith in the board. It's trying to adjust. All right. Okay. Let's peel this off. Let's see what we got here. I think I do have frames here. I can show you what it would look like in a frame. And since I bought them, I might as well utilize them. That's what I bought them for initially. So, yeah. I do appreciate you guys come on and watching. I have little hooks down here that just keep the painting in place. I really don't necessarily need to have tape on the back of this, and I don't think I do. I know I don't like this bargain basement tape. I won't be buying this anymore because of that. It has no kind of sticking power. It just wants to tear on you. And I don't have any nails, so that is good. There we go. All right. So let's see what it looks like with some kind of border on it. Let's pull the painting back a little bit here. And we'll raise it up slightly. All right. Can I take these out of here without destroying stuff? We're about to find out right now. Of course of course not. Put you right there. Okay, this is a 16 by 20 frame. And so, I think, yeah, it is, but here, look. Somewhat like. So I think this is something else that's slightly larger. Yeah, it's slightly larger. But anyway, he would look something like that. Okay, I'll put it in there. I think the white frame, is, just put this down here without tangling myself in wires and knocking my coffee cup over. That would just be a bad thing. So I think the white would fit it better. Up to you. What do you think? I think it's the white one. I think the white one would make it look pretty cool. Okay. But yeah, it's a totally different look when you put a frame on it, as you can see. All right. Actually, I like these frames better here on the floor. Let's gently pull this back up there like that. And I guess it would be time for me to put my signature on this thing. All right. So what do you think? I didn't look at your comments yet, but I will. A little bit of blue, a little bit of purple, make it just dark enough. Put my John Hancock on this and call it a night. I'll put it right here. All right. Alrighty then. There we go. Where do I get my frames? These two frames, I believe I got them at I got them at Walmart, as a matter of fact. Both of these frames. I may have to get some more. I do have two other frames, but I used to do a lot of paintings on watercolor paper. I actually have them sitting. They're actually hooked up right beside me here. And then the large ones here, the 16 by 20s. Yeah, I got those at Walmart. Ironically, I did not go to a paint store to get them. So. Oh, it's doing top messages. No wonder it looks different on the other one. Let's do all messages. There we are. All right. Sonia running off with Anthony's phone. I wouldn't put it past her, not one bit. But anyway, there we are. I don't know if the individual who requested the waterfall painting is even watching. She may be. But well, here it is. Sans the flower. I see the flower. So hopefully they like it. They'll let me know. But you guys know the deal. I'll take a pretty decent picture of it, make a thumbnail out of it. I'll post it on my page. I don't know if I would post this on some of the art groups because it looks so similar to the one with the flower. It's just missing a flower, really. But essentially, it's the same thing. But I can show you guys what the the resin painting looks like. So I got the mic in my hand. So let me put this mic somewhere and let me get that painting real quick. Be right back. here's the one from yesterday. As you can see, what it looks like with resin on it. Okay, it does look like a sheet of glass. You can see the covered up towel. You can see the ring light and the camera in there. Okay, but this is what she and the reason I'm showing it to you with the ring light to show you how reflective it is. It's a pretty hard, it's just a hard, shiny plastic surface on it. Okay. And you see, it just about looks like a twin there. Okay. All right. So, yeah. But that's what she looks like. And I have a number of them that I've glazed or put resin on. That's my new best friend, this resin. And it's a fast drying resin, you know. So you can frame it or not frame it. All right. And it takes about a day for it to be pretty solid, but you give it another couple days for it can really you can tell that the tackiness will wear off, and the tackiness is just about done with that. So another full day, and it will be completely hardened and dried. So, but thank you, Shane. And well, here she is. I believe it's just about totally dry too. Okay, so I won't do anything with this until tomorrow. And tomorrow, I'll give it a quick spray with some glaze, and then I may do the same thing. I'll resin this too. So yeah, I think tomorrow I'll have to go buy some paint. So I gotta write down what exactly I need and get some more paints. I got 2 other projects sitting there that I should be doing, and I didn't, but I'll get to it. One of them is a lion. Actually, it's Musafa from The Lion King. Okay. And then the other one's that portrait that I have to totally redo. She sent a different picture. So I do have that blocked out. So, but I think the lion will be next. Okay. All right. No, it isn't. Believe it or not. No. I'll show you what it is here. I got the box right here. There you go. That stuff there. There's 2 varieties that I use. This one is definitely faster. Okay, faster drying. Okay. It's not lying when it says quick coat. It's very, very, very viscous and thick. And you have to make quite a bit. So this is actually kind of small for me to use. So I get the bigger ones. All right. But it works really, really well. Very, very, very fast. And they're not lying about that 4 to 5 hours. But usually in 24 hours, yeah, you can manhandle the thing. It's pretty cool. All right. So, but with me, I would need big ones to do it. But you mix them together. You stir it up with a straw or something, or a stick or whatever, and you put it into a larger cup and you pour it. And you can just take a sponge, either a flat brush or a 2 or 3 inch wide sponge, and very slowly, you put it on the edges here. I usually put it on. I don't put it in the center. Put it on the edges here, and I go very slowly. Just go across. Okay, it will streak. It will look crazy, but you give it a few seconds, it just evens out. It just spreads right out. So I make sure I get the edges. Then I go on the other side, get the edges, and then bring it right to the middle. Okay, and it just evens right out. I will say one thing. I do have a leveler. All right, I'll get command of the English language one day. But I do have a leveler that I place on the painting so that the painting is perfectly centered. Okay, if not, whatever variation your painting is, that's where that epoxy is going to go. So make sure it's as level as you can get it. I don't care if you had put, I don't know, pieces of tissue or towel, something to keep all sides level. Once it's level, put it on there, and do your thing. Okay, and it comes out looking like a plate of glass. It's very, very pretty. Okay, where do I get the resin? Believe it or not, the epoxy and stuff, I got it right at the art section at Walmart. It's there with the Mod Podge and the glues and stuff like that. You can get it there. They have some at like Lowe's and the big box stores like that. They have them also. So yeah, usually an art store has them, but you can get them a little less at price at the big stores. The hardware stores, they may have a larger quantity of it, but you have to look at it. Make sure if you're dealing with acrylic paint, make sure it's acrylic based. It's very important, not oil based, acrylic based. All right. Yep, it will definitely pool if it's not level. Definitely. And you have to get yourself, I can't reach it here, but get yourself a butane torch. Okay, reason being that with epoxies and stuff, that they obviously have bubbles. All right. And even though the bubbles look great if you're doing a scene of a pond or a frog or something like that, but on your painting, you don't want bubbles in it. All right, so once you put it on there, you take the torch, just go over it. You've seen a lot of the acrylic pouring artists do the same thing. You really don't want bubbles in your work, so you just spray it and it just pops the bubbles instantly, and that's that. Okay. But no, this resin does not have an odor. Either brand that you get. When I purchased the other brand, I'll show you the box. But no, it doesn't have an odor. This one here, definitely, the quick coat epoxy does not have an odor at all. You can do it right in the house, no odor. The other one, a slight odor, but then it goes away. It doesn't fume the whole house. No, it doesn't do that. No, but this quick coat epoxy, no, zero odor at all. It's really good, and it is very fast. So, all right, guys, I think I be done. Thank you so very, very much. My buddy Mike Trapp will be on in 15 minutes, so I might give a quick listen to him and enjoy the rest of my evening. You guys enjoy the rest of your evening, and I shall see you when I see you. And until next time.